This Sun-Gazette video coverage is proudly sponsored by Woodlands Bank.
Hey folks, Chris Masse here. Been a while since we've been here. Usually I do my preseason NFL predictions online or something like that. So we're 3 games into the year now, but my predictions, what I believed in the preseason, is still the same now. So we're just going to run down through the standings here. Well, I'm not going to take you through the actual standings, but I'll give you my thoughts on these divisions quick. Start with my beloved 49ers, 3-0, baby. First place, undefeated. Love and light. Unfortunately, it's the 49ers, and we can't have nice things, so everybody good on the team is hurt right now. Nick Bosa's out for the season. He tore his ACL. George Kittle's out. Purdy's been hurt, although Mac Jones has played like Joe Montana incarnate the last couple of weeks. He's the new GOAT, Mac Jones. Move over Brady, move over Montana. It's Mac Jones's world now. I kid, but he's played really well in the 2 games he's been in there. But Niners are just too banged up for it to sustain this, unfortunately. So I thought in the preseason the Rams were the best team in the division, even though they somehow lost that game to the world champion Eagles on Sunday. I still believe that. So I think the Rams come out on top in that division, which looks really good right now. Arizona, they're 2-1. The Niners somehow avoided a loss against them. That was pretty amazing. If you follow me on Twitter, I was a picture of confidence late in that game when it looked like the Niners were going to blow it. So they're pretty good. They're 2-1. Seattle's 2-1. I thought Sam Darnold was a fluke last year, but he's actually playing pretty well again. So I think with their defense, they're kind of legit too. But I think the Rams are the best team. Baker Mayfield in Tampa over in the South. First quarterback since 1970 to lead any team to 3 straight comeback wins or game-winning drives in the final minute of regulation to win a game to open the season. So he replaced the GOAT Tom Brady. He's doing his best Brady impersonation with the fourth quarter magic there. And they're a really good team. They're banged up right now too. Their offensive line's banged up. Mike Evans is out now for 3 to 4 weeks, but when they're healthy, I think the Buccaneers are a legitimate Super Bowl contender. We'll find out a lot this week. They play the Eagles in a battle of 3-0 teams. So we'll find that. But I think clearly they're the team to beat there. The Falcons, I thought, would be a really good team this year, and then they got shellacked 30-0 by the Panthers, which how do you get – that's embarrassing. The Panthers, they've been like a semi-pro team the last few years, and they lost 30-0. So – terrible sign for the Falcons. I was high on Michael Penix, not so much anymore. I mean, it's only 1 game, but they're 1-2. It's hard to see them bouncing back from a 30-0 loss to the Panthers, who are improved, but that's not saying much. That's not saying. I was going to come up with a good analogy there, but I probably would have said something inappropriate. So we'll stay away from that because I want to keep my job. The Saints are awful. The Saints, if you're going to put money on any team somehow going winless this year, that's your bet right there. The Saints. I don't think they will, but they're pretty horrible. Over in the North, people were crowning the Packers after 2 games. Now I shouldn't say ESPN, who anytime anybody does something great right now, they're the best ever. They're the best team ever. They're the best player ever. So when they got Micah Parsons, the Packers immediately became the best team ever until they lost this week to the stinking Cleveland Browns. So they're 2-1. The Vikings are 2-1. The Lions are 2-1. This is a good division. I think people, because the Packers beat up on the Lions in the opener, people gave up on the Lions, but they put a 50-burger on the Bears in week 2. They beat the Ravens in Baltimore last night, so they're not going anywhere. It's going to come down to them in Green Bay. I think Minnesota, they don't have a quarterback. I mean, Carson Wentz is backing up J.J. McCarthy, who I don't think is going to pan out much as a first-round pick. I won't be surprised if he's a bust. So I don't think the Vikings are going to be able to hang with the Packers or Lions. That's a tough one. I think the Packers have the better defense, but I love the Lions' firepower on offense. I think Dan Campbell gives them a chip on their shoulder. I'm going to say the Lions come back and win that division, and they get revenge on the Packers the second time around when they play in Detroit. The Eagles coming off the Super Bowl win. That was a pretty remarkable win against the Rams the other day. We're in the NFC East now, by the way. Pretty remarkable. Down 26-7. So many people want to knock Jalen Hurts. Like, all the dude does is win. I mean, he's a Super Bowl MVP. He outplayed Patrick Mahomes twice in 2 Super Bowls. He outplayed him in the one that the refs helped hand the Chiefs 2 years ago. And then when the refs couldn't bail out the Chiefs last year in the Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts embarrassed Patrick Mahomes. All the dude does is win. I don't get the hate for him, whether he's running, whether he's passing. The dude's a winner. He gives them a chance. I don't even think the Eagles are playing that great yet, but they're 3-0. The Commanders are a good team, but I don't think they can keep up with the Eagles in that division. The Cowboys are the Cowboys. As long as Jerry Jones is there, they're always going to be perpetually mediocre. He's just a terrible owner. I don't sympathize with Cowboys fans because this is what you get. I'm a Niners fan, so I despised you in the 90s. You ripped off 2 NFC championships from us, so good for you. I hope you never win again. And with Jerry Jones there, you won't. And then the Giants. The Giants are another team. God bless them being horrible right now because they were the luckiest team ever. They got the Niners would have three-peated in 1990, and Roger Craig freaking fumbled with 2 minutes to go, and they stole that one from them. They stole the perfect season from the Patriots because Asante Samuel couldn't catch an interception, and David Tyree came up with the fluke catch of his life. This is good. This is poetic justice, Good for the Giants that you've stunk now for 10 years and been irrelevant. That's what you get for selling your souls, and it's not going to get any better with Jackson Dart at quarterback. So we'll move to the AFC quick because the Giants and Cowboys stink. The Chiefs, they're 1-2. Everybody's given up on them, but the refs are going to help them at some point. I mean, they helped them the other night. They were struggling against the Giants, and late in the first half, they gave them a BS pass interference penalty that turned the game around. So, Mahomes is I'm trying not to let my hatred for the Chiefs cloud my judgment, but he's not playing well right now, and he doesn't have the weapons he's had in the past. And unlike Tom Brady, he's not able to carry a team unless he has stud weapons around him. But the Chiefs always find a way. The refs always help them find a way. So, I think the Broncos are mediocre. I think they're coming down to earth after a strong start last year. The Raiders are the Raiders. It used to be just win, baby. Now all they do is just lose, baby. The Chargers are 3-0. They look really good. Herbert's playing great. Jim Harbaugh's a great coach. I wish the Niners still had him instead of Kyle Shanahan, who always wets his pants in big situations. But I'm still going with the Chiefs in that division. I'll go with the Chiefs until somebody actually proves that they can knock them off come December and January. Colts are the surprise team in the AFC South, 3-0. Man, again, going back to the Giants, you let Saquon Barkley go. He has one of the best seasons by a running back ever last year. Daniel Jones suddenly looks like Tom Brady. He can't do anything wrong. They're just putting up points. I think they've only punted once this year. That's the Colts. The Colts haven't been good in the last few years, so it's pretty amazing what they're doing. But they play the Rams this week. I think the Colts will come back down to earth. I thought the Texans were the team to beat there. They're 0-3, though. 3 games that they could have won. C.J. Stroud has been terrible the last 2 years. His rookie year looks like a fluke. I still think they're going to figure things out. But I think 3 games early in the season is going to be tough to overcome. The Jaguars, I think, are going to be like a 9-10 win team. We'll go with the Jaguars, though, to win that division. The AFC North looked like it was going to be a great division. Then Joe Burrow got hurt, so I thought maybe Jake Browning will be good, and he played about as bad as a quarterback can play against the Vikings the other day. He was their MVP in that game, and they just got taken to the woodshed. The Browns are the Browns. I know they beat the Packers, but they have a great defense, but their offense is putrid, so you can count them out. I mean, you can count the Browns out pretty much every year before the season starts. The Ravens, what a disappointment to be 1-2. Somehow they blew the Bills game in the opener. They can't play defense. If Ray Lewis was dead, he'd be rolling over in his grave, but he's not. He's alive, and he's probably fuming at what that defense has become. But they still have as much talent as anybody, so I still like their chances because the Steelers are 2-1. Steelers have an easy schedule the next few weeks. I can't stand Aaron Rodgers. Steelers fans, you're selling your soul if you can support that guy. He's a clown. Once things start going wrong there, he'll throw his teammates under the bus. It's never his fault. Just ask him. He'll tell you. He's 41. He's playing all right now, but nobody in their 40s except for Tom Brady has been able to do it, and this clown ain't going to do it either. Eventually, when it gets colder, when the season goes on, his true colors will show. And even if the Steelers do make the playoffs, Rodgers, he had the magical run in 2010 when they won the Super Bowl as a 6 seed. After that, he's been garbage in the playoffs. He'll wet his pants too, like Kyle Shanahan does as a coach if the Steelers do make the playoffs. And then what a dumpster fire the AFC East is. You got the Bills, who look like a juggernaut right now, but they often look like a juggernaut in September and October, and then find a way to lose to Kansas City in the postseason. So they'll waltz to this. I mean, the Patriots are garbage. Well, the Patriots should be 2-1. They gave that game away against the Steelers the other day. The Jets are the Jets. Like the Jets and Browns, God bless those fans, because you pretty much know come September, like September 5th, when's the season starts later now. By the middle of September, you usually know your season's over. So that's gut wrench. I'm an Orioles fan. It's been a lot of ways. That's for me. It's the equivalent of me knowing in the middle of April the season's over. So that's tough. So the Bills win that division easy. I'm not going to go through every playoff matchup that I think is going to happen, but I think in the AFC it's going to come down to the Chiefs and Bills again. And the Chiefs always find a way. It's like the Peanuts thing with Charlie Brown and Lucy. The Chiefs are the team. They're holding the football like Lucy, and they always pull it out from the Bills. And the refs help. The refs definitely helped last year give the AFC Championship to the Chiefs when the Bills had a first down when they were in control of the game twice. They didn't give it to them. Chiefs got good field position because the refs gave them the ball after the fourth down and turned the game around. I digress. I think the Chiefs will still somehow find a way, until it's one of those things like with James Franklin and Penn State. I always say until he actually beats a great team, I'll always pick against them because he has to prove that he can do it. It's the same way with the Bills and Chiefs. They have to prove that they can actually beat them the Chiefs in January. Till I don't pick the Chiefs in January to beat them. And then the NFC, like the Lions, I like the Packers, I like the Eagles, I like the Rams. A lot of people might be surprised, but the Rams are my pick in the NFC if Matthew Stafford stays healthy, and that's a big if. But I love their receiving core. I love their running game. They should have beaten Philly in Philly. That was a great sign for them. So we'll go with the Rams in the NFC, and unfortunately, I think the Chiefs will somehow find a way. I think Roger Goodell's not going to let the Chiefs not win the Super Bowl for 2 straight years. He needs Taylor Swift. He needs Travis Kelce. He needs the whole thing. You'll never convince me that until somebody proves that they can stop the Chiefs from getting to the Super Bowl, I think they're going to keep getting there and destroying America's love for football in the process, because last year I did not want to watch the Super Bowl last year, but my daughter convinced me to watch it, and thank God I did, because that was one of the greatest hate watches I've ever had, watching Patrick Mahomes absolutely wet his pants and get humiliated. Anytime Tom Brady, he got embarrassed by Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. He lost to him in the AFC Championship in Kansas City. And Tom Brady, he didn't even have to play him in the Super Bowl, but just his mere presence, because he was announcing the game, and Mahomes went into a shell. He can't hang with the GOAT, and nobody can. But it was beautiful to watch him crumble under the spotlight, just like he did when they lost 31-9 to the underdog Buccaneers in the Super Bowl a few years earlier. So I hope that he doesn't get back to the Super Bowl, but I hope if he does, he crumbles again. But for now, I'm picking the Chiefs to somehow win it all again and beat the Rams in the Super Bowl. So that's a quick rundown, and I'll figure something else to rant about or talk about in the near future. Until then, have a good one.